8.7 FM KAZI. Good morning, y'all. It is 7:32. It is time for the morning grind all the way up to 10 o'clock. Your boy Jabari Warfield in the building. They said I wasn't going to be here. I'm here.
Hey, I'm here. The stories of my demise were greatly exaggerated. As you see, I did not yield.
No, first of all, y'all out of hand. If it's on TikTok, it's official.
Okay, that's
fine. All right? It ain't no misinformation there.
Right,
if TikTok say Jabari ain't going to be here, then Jabari ain't going to be here.
What if it didn't say it on Red Note, though?
Oh.
So Red Note, it didn't say it.
Okay,
now, I don't know what it said, to be honest with you, but it didn't say it.
Well, Lemonade had him in
the
building.
What about X?
I'm
Did
confused.
X have him here?
I don't go to X.
What about Facebook?
I don't go to Facebook.
You don't like Facebook?
No, I'm lying.
Say hello. I know you learned.
That's all cap. That's all.
I like that we starting to all figure out this social media game again for ourselves. We don't know what's going to happen, and I think we got to stay. Last I saw is they've pushed it for 200 more days or something like that.
Okay.
TikTok being around.
I thought it was this weekend.
It was supposed to be this weekend.
Yeah.
The world's supposed to go
coming up this weekend, right? Not past.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Come up this weekend.
But that's another reason why their sister app, Lemonade, they put that out there because they were like, well, all right, if y'all stop that, we'll just start another one.
Have you gotten on there
and
yet?
They'll take you,
I need to check it out.
Because what happens is your TikTok followers will send you an invite to follow you. So it almost like they bully you. It's almost like they pressure you to come over to Lemonade because on your TikTok, it'll say, hey, you got, well, maybe it's an email, but they say to you, hey, Simply Courtney and Jabari have requested to follow you on Lemonade.
That's interesting.
Hey, y'all already there? Okay, I guess I need to be there. Because then you start to feel like the old head who can't keep up, right?
Yeah, and that's why I keep telling myself with all this that's going on. I'm like, man, I ain't finna do all that. And then I'm like, ooh. this is when I'm like, I have my chance to be the adopter, and I'm getting left behind. Because Threads, believe it or not, with Threads and Instagram, I've still resisted Threads because I'm just like,
yeah, you're right. You're not on there.
I'm not, because and I don't like to be bullied. And you used the right term. I don't want to be bullied into something. Let me make a decision. But I get it.
The only way here's what I did, because I even joined Blue Sky.
What's that?
And you only get 1 minute.
Yeah.
But so I went over to there because there are some people that are rallying against. This is something I want to talk about a little later, but some people are they done with X or Elon.
I've seen a few of my friends like that.
And that's why
that part.
And so they want to. So it's an anti-X movement, and so I thought, but some real cats is over there too, and I would like access to them. To that realness,
right?
And that's why I went to Blue Sky. So I'm an adopter of the majority of these things.
Exactly.
But that's like a whole nother job.
But you're
trying to do all the posts.
If you're trying to be a public person, though, you have to do the job, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's exhausting.
Very.
It is. To try to keep up with all the social media and all the things you got to do and all the way, not only the things you got to do, the way you got to do them.
Yes.
Because it's just not like, you're sitting up there and you're just putting your, phone on.
Oh.
You got to make that thing happen, man.
Because you got to control the algorithm.
Yes, sir.
And if you don't, you get left.
This is true. And you got to control the way it looks, too. You don't want to look like, the old dude is just, person, put your, let me hit record and just stand there. But nah, it ain't.
Why you look at me when he said that? Jabari, are you making fun of look up my nostril posts and selfies and videos?
Yes, sir, I am.
Man, man. What about come as you are?
Worst feelings, man.
Exactly. Yeah, man. Even there's another one, fan base.
So that's Isaac Hayes, right?
Isaac Hayes.
Have you got on that?
I have tried. Here's the thing. I've opened up 2 accounts on Fanbase, and I've tried to put my picture up there, and it won't take my picture.
So ease of use is the issue there, then.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's not my exact reaction to that. Jabari, how ugly are you?
Say, man,
that they don't want it. Is the algorithm or the AI saying, no, we don't want that one? we can't work with Jabari.
Come on, man. This is a beautiful face.
I'm not saying it. The AI is saying it. Okay, I'm just interpreting it to you.
So AI
I'm
saying
defining why they won't allow your on that joint.
Oh, I'm hurt.
That's beautiful.
Brother, go away for a few days and come back.
That's harsh,
by his own boys.
So I feel like you should just quit, right? Like after 2?
Or make a third one, man.
Okay, 3 strikes you out.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it
Jabari,
again. Yes, sir.
give it the old college try. Try it again.
First you don't succeed, to hell with it. There you go.
Or lie.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God.
After he does it this next time, he gonna get the prompt. Three's a company.
Oh,
You still
man.
on the outside. You can't even get in.
I like to believe that there's like 2 profiles of you out there right now, and they're just like killing it. You have no idea.
Oh yeah,
No, you're
you
right.
hot over in Shanghai.
Yeah, exactly. I'm ruling in Shanghai and I ain't getting no monetary, I ain't monetizing at all, and everybody knows who I am.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that would be crazy. Wouldn't
It would.
Yes.
Millions just sitting around there.
They
It
just
could
waiting.
happen, though.
They waiting for
Don't
your
shut
next post.
There's
guess.
a billion people
We heard
over
about you, jazz man.
Yeah, exactly. You ready to
there. We got American jazz, and they got, I don't know what the correct term is. Their version of jazz.
no, there's some the Japanese jazz
right.
players.
Hey.
Japanese jazz players are no joke.
I just
man.
put
Word,
Young Buck
no
on the
joke.
Japanese
Right.
R&B
Right.
last week,
Right.
and he's ready to
They
go out there and
grooving.
konnichiwa somebody.
Yep.
Okay,
Exactly.
with it, man.
Exactly.
They with that. I like that, man. I like
yeah.
anything that is foreign to me, but it still sounds good, and that's
Yeah.
what that was.
Yeah. I like it.
Most definitely, man. Definitely. Yeah, no, Japanese jazz players are no joke because they really study, they're really intent on studying when it comes to music.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're really big into the old school because that's where they learn from.
It sounds like it too,
Bruh.
But I like when you find that stuff and it sound old, but it's new. But then I also like it when it sound old and you're like, oh no, this is '70s. You're like,
Yeah.
wait, they was doing
Yeah.
this, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
50 years ago, they had that, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do we live to tell somebody you ain't up on this? There's a little bit of a little feel good in that, right?
I
When
like
you can
it.
tell somebody, man, you ain't up on this.
I like it when people do it for me too, though. On the real, it's like and then it has like a whole thick category for
yeah.
me to look at.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden I go in and find something, and this person's been like that.
Yeah.
Or this category has had a bunch of different people in it.
No, I do like that though.
Yeah.
I do like it when somebody gives me something. I always say it. It's almost like a reflex. I say it in the conversation, man. You just gave me something to Google.
Yeah.
As soon as I'm up out of here, I'm going down a rabbit hole on this.
Oh, for real.
I do
it
like
in,
that.
Do it in my car. I'm like, okay, let me
Yeah.
turn on my car and then grab
Hey,
my phone.
man, how
That's
I
a crazy
missed
habit.
this?
Yeah, that's a crazy habit.
It's a
though.
treasure trove,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's music.
Yeah, man. All right, lots to talk about this morning. We're going to talk about Frankie Beverly finally getting a Grammy.
Hey.
Who is the most successful Motown artist of all time?
Oh, this is a
and
good one.
who's keeping and who's killing DEI? We're going to talk about all of that coming up. All right. Don't forget to check us out, KAZIFM.org. We got merch on the website you can check out. We're also in the Austin Chronicle music polls, so be sure to take advantage of that. AustinChronicle.com is where you can find us and all kinds of great folks that you can vote for, including folks like DJ Chicken George, may rest in peace, Tamika Jones, and of course your favorite radio station, 88.7 KAZI. One in the car.
Just throw it in there.
Yeah, throw it in the
You
car.
gonna need it at some point. Just put it in there.
Yeah, just
Wait,
leave it
what
in
if my car dirty though?
Then you already got a jacket in there, probably.
and you have a dirty jacket with a dirty car, and it'll match. And
There you go.
Life's good.
Bars.
Get some cracker crumbs on my jacket. Now I'm walking around with cracker crumbs on me.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
smart.
Yeah, man.
Throw the jacket in there, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's about to be bad next week, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Is it?
I heard 20s.
20.
Wifey looked it up and she's like, yeah, when this day such and such is gonna be 26 or
When am I
28.
supposed to
And
do
I was like,
that?
okay.
Ooh, I hope she's wrong.
Did we shut down again? Because I know how Austin is. We don't really know how to handle. What is our threshold? Is it 30, 32, 31? What is it when we just stop functioning? in
30.
Austin?
Yeah, but I say in the 30s.
Well,
Well,
just
no,
say
'cause
39, and we like, that's close enough. We
Right.
done.
Yeah, no, because we made it through the little ice storm that we had, 3 years ago now?
Yeah.
So we made it then.
Did we though?
But dude, that was it's relative.
like
That is
50
relative.
car
It was
wrecks, man.
cold, man. It
And
was
it was wrecked.
the biggest thing I think with Austin is not necessarily the snow, it's the ice.
Yeah.
When the ice hits, excuse me, sorry, like when you're on bridges and all of that, we can manipulate them.
Under and above, man, because it'd be bad on both sides.
Yes, sir.
So
Go ahead.
snowstorm 2021.
Yeah.
It was below freezing for 144 hours. The precipitation, yeah. So the coldest lows that we had was 7 degrees.
When?
That was 2021.
It was 7
like
degrees.
2021.
like as in 7, like 1, 2, 3,
Ice
4, 5, 6,
storm
7.
2023.
is wild.
The coldest low we had was 29.
Wow.
And then,
So you
last
saying
week-
in 2021?
Yeah.
It was 7 degrees.
you don't remember that?
I think my brain just like said, you know what, that was trauma, and it
know
just
what?
let that go away.
Yes, sir.
7, y'all.
7. Like as in
Why?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 1. That is crazy.
Because I do remember sleeping like, you sleep with like your full jammy jam situation on.
Yes, sir.
I remember I had like a sweatsuit and I just kept it on. I remember I just kept it on like for like 2-3 days because it was when we didn't have the electricity and stuff.
The same one?
I think so.
Okay, it was walking by itself by the time you know.
It stood by itself. Look, I remember I went outside and I walked in and I came back and this is because I don't know a lot about snow and I didn't realize that you got wet still.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I just left my stuff by the door.
I don't blame you.
And I remember, I think it really did stand there after I got out of it. It was just like, hey, we'll be here if you need us.
We'll be right here hanging out. I ain't mad at that. Yeah, we have such a real hard time in Austin when it comes to stuff like that. Like if you go to Dallas or like Amarillo, so, they kind of brace for it. I think there was the whole ERCOT situation, or I think it was Epcot or ERCOT, one of the two. ERCOT, yeah, and it was one of those situations where that thing just it wasn't working right.
No, that grid said we done.
Yeah, that grid said no, we out.
We're gonna take a break.
Yeah, we out.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna see other people for a little bit. Where you going, Grid? We'll be back, I think. What do you mean? I'll let you know if I'm coming back or not. And it just went out. And we was all like, well, where's it at? It's out. You ever get that from somebody? Where you going? Out. Where though? Out. That's a hard one right there, ain't it?
It hurts.
She tell you she going out, but she ain't telling you where.
It hurts.
Well, when you coming back? I'll be back after a while. Maybe. What you mean, maybe? Don't wait up. Don't wait up, ERCOT. But ERCOT, you live here though.
Right.
Well,
But remember, what goes around comes around. So now you get to do the same thing.
Straight up, I'm going out.
When you going out.
Yep.
When you gonna be back?
No, maybe. Honda.
When I get back.
Nathaniel.
I'm gonna be.
Just hope while I'm out. I don't.
Yeah, like Eddie Murphy said, I'm gonna be where I'm at.
Where you gonna be at? Where I'm at. When I'm at. That's sad.
They should make a song. I can see a song being where you gonna be? Where I'm at. Where I'm at.
That's
where
gonna
I'm
cause
at.
a lot of fights.
Yeah.
That's gonna cause a lot of fights, man. Honey, so where you gonna be at? Because the kids got nothing. I'm gonna be where I'm at. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do the song right now. Where I'm at.
Yeah, women walk around. I hate that song. I hate that. Why they keep playing that song? Where I'm at. I can't stand that song.
That's when you sing the song a little too hard and get in trouble in the car.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna be where I'm at. She can't tell me about that. I'm gonna be where I'm. Honey, this is a song. Chill out. Hey, chill out. Hey.
Yeah, them some bars you don't want to drop.
I've done it before.
You don't want to drop.
I've got trouble.
Oh, really?
I've definitely sung the wrong song or two in a relationship and had to pay for it later.
Yo,
you know the one that got me in trouble? I remember I was married and Kanye West's Gold Digger when she what is it? If you ain't no punk, holla, we want prenup.
We want prenup. Yeah.
I sung that part because I love the song.
Right.
And I got such an earful on the way home. We didn't even get home. I was just like, so you want a prenup? And I was like, I'm just singing a song. Well, why was everybody clapping when you sung it? Why you asking me? I ain't everybody else.
Right.
I was just having fun. It was just a joke.
I did look it up.
You have to talk to me.
So the coldest day in Austin, Texas in 2021
was,
according to the Farmer's Almanac, was February 16th when the temperature dropped to 7 degrees.
Oh.
So what I want to know, Courtney, is where were you? How do you not remember? I wasn't outside.
That's when they were calling
it the polar vortex.
Right.
And that affected Texas and neighboring states.
I wasn't outside, I'll tell you that.
Apparently.
That was like maybe about
what was
3
her name?
days. You wild.
I'm just saying.
Hey,
what type of vodka did y'all have?
You know what? There were some people that legit got stuck with some people during that time period. And I think that's one of those, you started thinking about that spend a night bag stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people learned some very valuable lessons that was 2 weeks a week. I think it was about 2 weeks so we went through that.
Yes. Polar vortex.
That's
I got
crazy.
close.
I remember that.
I got close one year. I'm going to leave it at that. I got close one year. I got almost stuck. Somebody I wasn't supposed to be stuck with.
Man, whenever we are off the air, remind me to tell y'all about the time I got stuck on the side of a mountain in West Virginia in a snowstorm. Like, we all were stuck on the highway,
Yeah.
sleeping in cars. And yes, it got as post-apocalyptic as you could imagine.
When you go through that type of stuff and you go through it with more than one person, it's kind of cool.
No, it was a cool environment. You see what I did there? Yeah. But there was some bonding going on.
Straight up.
But it was the funniest thing that happened. And I'm not happy about it.
How long were you there? How long were you there?
Overnight.
Just overnight? Okay.
Sometime I'd say about 6 p.m., everything was shut down. And then we didn't get it moving until about the next day, probably about maybe 12, maybe 1 o'clock. We got a chance to be able to move again. So while that sun's going down, we all saw it was coming.
Yep.
And you could see the desperation in people's eyes. And then you start, that night comes, and then you got to start making those decisions, how long you run the car.
Right.
And then you make that decision on, do you allow someone to come to your car?
Right.
Because they low on gas.
Right.
And then you wake up the next morning, you realize, okay, there may not be enough food that certain people have. What's going to happen here and there? Like, all that happened in that time frame.
And you don't know how long you're going to be out there, so you're preparing to last as long as you can, I'd imagine.
I want to tell you all about the one funniest thing that happened.
Right.
There was a trucker that had a sledgehammer. So somebody got in their head that we could take the sledgehammer and we can break through the concrete barrier, the divide, and get on to the other side and drive away.
Right.
Yeah.
Until you take a sledgehammer and hit that concrete divider.
Ain't no pump.
And you realize, and we all, them boys was over there working for like 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, wow.
And my boy who was with me, because he was driving, it was his car. He was over there swinging. And then I could kind of overhear a little bit. It's like, yeah, my boy in the Army too. And then I was like, dang. So now everybody gonna expect me to come over there and swing that sledgehammer.
And you had to do,
So I went over reluctantly. I gave it some wax. Man, it won't budge. And we barely chipped the front. And then so everybody got out their system, and then we went back to our merry little way.
Oh my gosh.
It was harsh.
Yeah, at least some shocks in your body, man. I mean, you're already dealing with the cold, and then you're gonna go up against a concrete barrier.
You just put out some real energy.
Yeah,
you really stuck. You just embraced that. I'm stuck.
West Virginia.
Ain't know where we going.
And how cold was it,
brother? I'm gonna look that one up. It was. The snow was falling. See, we were driving from Indiana back to North Carolina where we were stationed at.
Right.
And we got released early, but this dude was taking, and he had a GMC Denali, but the 2-wheel drive joint.
Oh no.
So he was driving slow. He from where I'm from, but he ain't a snow driver. So he was driving slow. I was like, brother, we got to get it. You gotta go. We got a couple mountain passes we gotta get through. He was lollygagging. Before you know it, it started getting thick. Couple slides, and so he's slowing down even more, and then you get to one of those mountains, and then that was the point where it started getting slow. We saw the traffic, and then we started hearing people got out of their cars, and we started hearing from the front that it shut down up ahead. And we was stuck.
That's tough.
And they'll dig us out when they can come and dig us all out.
Yeah, I'm glad y'all didn't freeze, because freeze to get taken out, because that cold weather, man. That is, and you in, like, I don't imagine there were a lot of buildings around.
Nope.
See, that's even worse.
Just the rugged countryside. The good thing is, he at least listened to me, and we kept stopping to get gas.
Yeah.
Prior to.
Right.
So and those are the MapQuest days. So we had no GPS enough. But you didn't want to go off kilter in West Virginia. Nah, you don't want to end up on no back roads.
No,
so we by the time it came to a stop, we were pretty much as close to a full tank of gas as you can get. So that night, man, we was good.
Yeah, you can run that for a little while.
Yeah. So what you do is you run it, warm it up, and then you fall asleep. That's how you do it. You don't sleep with it on.
No.
Then you wait until it's so cold that it wakes you up. Then you run it a little bit more. Warm it up, and then you cut it off again until you can fall back asleep. That's how you do it. That's how we did it.
Man, that's a struggle there,
brother.
I cannot imagine.
That was a time.
Yes, sir.
It was a time.
That's a little scary, man.
Man, people was coming through asking for food, and I was good. My boy, man, he all nice, but soon as a pretty thing come through, they go ahead. We got some crackers over there. Nah, brother.
He trying to give the food away.
Come on. I don't care. It ain't like it's too cold to even think you're gonna slide into the back seat with it. I don't know what he was thinking, But
it's something about us, man. Sometimes we just lose all sense of decorum and wiseness, and just go, hey, here's my liver. You know what I mean? Just take this. Like, come on, what are you doing?
Are you speaking from experience? You never did tell us about your trip to Thailand.
Well, I can neither confirm nor deny.
Jabari came back with one kidney.
Thank you. All day, son.
One kidney and a bunch of lipstick on his collar.
All of my big toes. Just take them. Just take them, baby. You can have all of my toes.
All 4 of them.
Yeah, all 4 of them. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you. Yeah, we just do that. But yeah, it's going to be real cold, especially next week, early next week, and it's daytime. The daytime high is going to be in the 30s, dude. Daytime high. So now is the time to start to prepare yourself for this. Get blankets. Make sure that you get all the outside, the faucets outside. Get those wrapped. Just make some preps, man.
But don't panic though.
Yeah, don't you? Thank you.
Can y'all not go panic shopping at H-E-B, Walmart, Whole Foods? Well, I mean, if you want to panic at Whole Foods, let me stop.
I can't afford to panic at Whole Foods.
I
don't
know
know about you.
Whole Foods is the place you go if you need to be, stringent. You're like, all right, you know what? I'm going to get an apple. I'm going to get 1 thing of milk, and then let me get a half a toilet paper roll.
I don't think there's enough comedy clubs in Austin to allow you to panic for Whole Foods.
I'm going to go to Whole Foods and go crazy. No, you're not.
You will be on your own, bro.
The prices will do that for you.
Yeah, they do. All day long, man. For real. All right, it's 8:17 on 88.7 FM KAZI. A couple of quick celebrity birthdays. 2 kings were born on this day.
What we got?
Regina King.
Hey.
Yeah, man. And the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King.
Same
Both sharing a birthday.
Hey.
Both, yeah.
How cool
Both sharing
is
a
that?
birthday. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
No relation.
No relation at all, but they
Really
both
cool,
they
bro.
both did their thing. That's for sure,
Amazing.
and still doing their thing. Actor and director Mario Van Peebles
Hey.
has birthday today, and Young Dro. It's his birthday today as well, rapper as well. Also, Frankie Beverly, while we're on the subject of music, Frankie Beverly will finally be getting some Grammy love. Frankie Beverly and Maze have never won a Grammy, even though they've filled stadiums and had some of the greatest music. So this year, the Grammy Awards will be giving him a posthumous Lifetime Achievement Award.
Awesome.
Yes, sir. It's about that time. And February the 1st is also the year that that's a time frame. February the 1st of this year. So, real quick before we go to break, I want to ask y'all, who is out of these 5? Out of these 6.
Multiple choice.
that
Multiple choice.
helps.
Yeah,
y'all.
multiple choice. I'm a multiple choice.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you, sir.
Who is the most successful Motown artist of all time? Is it Marvin Gaye, the Jackson 5, Stevie Wonder, Smokey Robinson, the Temptations, or the Four Tops?
Can I go first? Since
Yeah, you
I
can go
probably
first. Go
am gonna
for it.
get it wrong. I'm gonna say Stevie Wonder, maybe. But my heart is saying Smokey Robinson. I'm a Stevie Wonder final answer.
Stevie Wonder, final answer. All right.
Jackson 5 for me. Because I was going to say Diana Ross. Those were my 2 guesses, Diana Ross and Jackson 5. That's what I was going to say. I didn't know it was going to be multiple choice. So I'm going to choose Jackson 5.
Okay. Well, unfortunately,
Smokey.
you're both wrong.
Dang, man.
Who is it?
The most successful Motown artist of all time is Diana Ross.
Nice.
See?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
So I
should've-
talked about that off
should've.
air.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
should've said it, man.
She is the biggest selling and most impactful artist in Motown, even with Michael Jackson. But I thought it was really surprising because
That's interesting, right?
Right. Oh, very much so. She has sold 100 million records. Diana Ross and the Supremes were Motown's most successful act during the 1960s.
Right.
They had 12 #1 pop singles on the Billboard 100 charts. And again, Diana Ross has sold 100 million records worldwide. She is the boss.
And this counts her both in group with the Supremes as well as also by herself as a solo act as well.
I think so, yeah, because I think she stayed on Motown for a while and then jumped to another label. So yeah, I think it's kind of, now as far as if that's really kind of the case, then I think honestly Michael should take it. But Michael, of course, has the most successful album of all time, and just basically reinvented and saved. Michael Jackson literally saved the music business at the time.
Agreed.
So I think, yeah, I mean it's on record as that, but honestly, I think I'd have to give it to Michael. With all due respect to the boss, Diana Ross, I would definitely have to give it to
Impact, because we go off of impact alone.
Yeah.
then his cultural impact is greater than hers.
Right. But again, we're talking Motown.
Correct.
Because Michael, and the rest of the Jacksons, they left Motown and went to Epic Records, and that's when they became the Jacksons. So
that got some history already. So it's Jackson 5.
Yep.
Then the Jacksons.
Yes, sir.
And then obviously Michael.
And then Michael, exactly.
The solo act.
Exactly. And then of course Jermaine did his thing. Marlon tried.
He tried.
Yeah, Marlon tried.
You gotta know yourself.
Yeah. You gotta know your lane.
Yeah.
You really gotta know your lane. All right, let's take a break and come back. It's 8:37. Your boy Jabari Warfield, Dab Dub, and Simply Courtney in the building. We are the Wednesday edition of the Morning Grind. Don't forget, make preps for next week because it looks like we're gonna get some cold weather. So now is the time to start wrapping up the pipes outside and all of that good stuff, and do whatever's necessary to as Courtney said, don't go and buy like 18.
Please don't.
Things of toilet paper.
Of anything. Don't buy 18 of anything.
There you go. Yeah.
If you got 18 kids, maybe, but even then, it's like, come on, man.
If you got 18 kids, 1 pack per kid. That's it.
I just like gas. Do you really need your tank full? Where are you going?
If you're in your house, no, you ain't got nowhere to go.
No, don't do that. What did I see? They was putting in milk cartons, them drums.
Yep.
I remember it was stupid. I thought it was. I was like, nah, man, ain't nobody doing that. Then I saw it with my own eyes, dude. He was like, we need to get gas.
It's real.
Get all the gas.
My military always kicks in, and I'm always wondering why fools be tripping on the wrong stuff to stock up on when it's time.
Right.
My military mind says the first thing that I'm gonna get excess is
what you gonna get?
Medications.
Okay.
First aid supplies.
Okay.
That's smart.
I mean, that's the first place I go.
Okay.
Because you have to help yourself. I will rip a shirt up if I need toilet tissue. I don't care. I got some raggy t-shirts. I ain't worried about that.
Let them know.
But to stop some bleeding, some antiseptic, something to keep my family from getting gangrene or something.
Straight up.
How about power backup?
Woo.
Okay.
Brothers ain't making runs on generators and fuel containers for the generators.
Right.
I don't understand that.
Right.
I mean, that's just the first place that I go.
So what you saying is during the zombie apocalypse, I need to find you.
We all come to Dap's house.
About that.
Yeah.
I won't be passing out my address. No.
I'm coming one way or another.
No, me and my friends, we make jokes about that of who's going to be on your little compound.
You gotta have a list.
I got a doctor.
Okay.
I got a lawyer.
Okay.
I get, that's how you gotta kind of set it up.
Keep going.
You gotta have a beefy buff dude.
That's fine.
Who wants to do chopping the wood and
Right.
that kind of stuff, carrying the wood.
Right.
That's their wheelhouse. You gotta have role players. Can't have no superstars.
You ain't got no pilot.
They
dog.
gotta have. Oh, I got a pilot.
Who your pilot?
I can't tell you.
Ooh.
But I got a pilot.
He ain't
I said to
nobody.
this dude, I said, hey man, when I get big and I get my own jet, will you fly me around? He
Yeah.
said, without a doubt.
Oh, that's a good
Wow,
dude. That's
nice.
the, that's the one you keep. That's
Air Force pilot.
That's the draft pick number one.
Yeah,
That's number
he
one.
said
Yeah.
he would do it. Didn't even hesitate. He said,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'll fly you around."
I think I got a pilot.
Would
I think
love
I
to
got,
do that.
I think I got 2 pilots. I got a helicopter pilot and I got an airplane pilot.
Okay.
Yeah. I keep them I check on them every now and then on my phone.
Yeah.
Hey man, just check it. Make sure this is still your number, man, just in case I need you. You know, that's it. You
Just
gotta
check
have
in with
that.
him real quick.
You gotta check in, man. I got one dude that know how to hotwire cars. Like
Hey.
on the real, I'm just
You
keeping
need
it
that
real.
dude.
Seriously?
I'm
Yeah.
100%
Like, really.
factual. This man know how to do everything. He can
Wow.
drive anything that got 4 wheels and some things without.
He sound like a wheel man.
I got a wheel, man.
You gotta have one.
That's
You gotta have one.
I don't want to know more. Blah 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 blah. They ain't heard nothing.
I just put together a team
Oh,
every now and
sorry.
then.
He's of the higher crust.
You just gotta
And
put together
so
a
Jabari
team
doesn't have to think like that because
Nah.
he has enough money. Well, he will pay somebody
to do all that.
to do all that.
Jabari don't want to think like that.
He'll pay somebody to be the bird dog. They go out there and find all the stuff.
Hey.
Hey, I need this, I need this, I need that, and let's go get it for him. A headhunter.
You gotta have one.
Stuff that falls off the truck.
Yeah,
But now my granddaddy, God rest his soul, he knew a few folk
That's good.
who had things falling off the truck.
Oh,
I
that's
remember
fun.
my
He was
dad
gangster, boy.
worked in law enforcement,
Yeah.
but I do remember the time. God rest his soul. My dad's gone now though, but I do remember the first time he finally broke down. And was like, Yeah, man, we gonna go ahead and get this illegal cable. We gonna go ahead.
I ain't even mad at him.
We gonna finally do the hookup.
He made an announcement.
Because I was talking to my wife about that yesterday. Because I remember there was a point in my life where I had HBO. You know what I'm talking about, Jabari?
Yes, sir.
When
Yes,
you
sir.
had cable and we had HBO and Cinemax.
Oh,
and
that's
every
wild.
time my parents was out the house, rated R stuff. Man, I couldn't wait. Couldn't wait.
And he ain't talking about squiggle vision, y'all. He
Woo.
talking about straight up clear.
Man,
Yes, sir.
I couldn't wait, and so it was cool. But you know, you got BET at that time. Like that was awesome for us because if you don't have cable and everybody talking about stuff that happened on cable, it's a hard life, dog.
Yeah, it is.
It's a
Yeah, it
hard
is.
life.
Because you be like you want to know what's going on, and it's like the person that has got cable, and you sitting up there like, I wish I had cable. Oh, okay.
You always gotta change the subject too. When they start talking about the show last night, you gotta be like, "Hey man, y'all want to go throw the football?"
Yeah.
Y'all ready to play already, man? Dang, y'all just
get
talking.
to it, man. We talking.
Hey, check up, man. Dang. That's the one when the dude get mad.
Yep.
Everybody doing everything but playing the game. The
Check
one guy
up.
that's there to play. Hey, man, can y'all check up already?
Ah,
We already picked teams. Dang.
Hey, Jabari
Yes,
got
sir.
some topics.
Talk to
Remember
me.
when he did the tease? I think I want to call these cookout argument topics.
I like them.
Yeah.
And the one that he hasn't gotten to, this is an argument at the cookout.
Do we need to skip to that one then?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
do that
let's
one.
skip to that.
skip
do
to that one then.
All right, so
He
here's
knew
the
which
deal.
one we were talking about too. I like it.
Right, and this is a hot topic these days, of course. And as I said, and I told y'all this, the one thing about when stuff gets put out there, it gets marketed.
Yeah.
Okay, and diversity, equity, and inclusion is now marketed, of course, as DEI, but like it's become almost this topic of like, some people are like yes, some people are thinking it's a bad word, and so it's something that actually happened after George Floyd was murdered. All of a sudden, all these companies were like, let's do this, let's do that. I remember I had people emailing me and texting me like, what can I do? How can I support black businesses, et cetera, et cetera. And so now it's becoming one of those things where a lot of companies are like, well, we really don't need DEI anymore. Apple is not one of them. Apple is actually fighting, this is according to Forbes magazine, Apple is actually fighting against not getting rid of DEI in their company. They said they are not abandoning their diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives and asking their stockholders to reject a proposal being brought forward by a conservative think tank. There are companies such as, let's see who's on the list. Amazon is on the list, Walmart, Boeing, Harley Davidson, John Deere, McDonald's, and Meta, aka Facebook. All of those companies are slowly either reshaping or getting rid of their diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. And this, once again, is all on Forbes magazine. So that's the deal with that.
So we need to boycott. Say it again. Give me the list of people we boycott.
Listen,
All right.
Everybody but Apple.
I'm
yeah,
deleting
you
my
need to challenge. Everybody
I'm
but
throwing
Apple.
my- I got to keep my iPhone. Okay, I'm
Basically.
keeping my iPhone.
Yeah.
I'm throwing my Facebook out the window.
Right.
What do you think? Go ahead.
Well, I've worked for a couple Fortune 500 companies, and I'm gonna just ask y'all this then as my answer. I'm a give an answer that's a question.
Okay.
If we had a chance to have greater employee engagement, if we had a chance to improve the well-being of others, would you be in favor of that?
As opposed to calling it DEI.
And well, nope. I just want to ask that. I just want to
Oh, of
know:
course.
do you care
I'ma go
about
with
that?
Yes, I'm gonna go with
Sure.
yes.
Yo, yeah,
Okay,
most definitely.
So
Most definitely.
so our board probably should have a chance to hear everybody's grievances all across. So on that board, we're gonna go select Jabari that works down in warehousing. We're gonna go select Simply Courtney that is over in trucking. We're gonna go select Douglas that's over there in waste management,
Right.
and then allow you to have a position on this board. That is DEI.
Right.
That's diversifying. And that improves, what did I say? Better well-being, engagement. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
That's the way it is designed. See, you just want to take it and politicize it.
Thank
Right.
you.
And make it a weapon.
you. Yes, sir.
And that's where your fragility your lack of self-esteem shows up.
Yeah.
But if you realize what it actually is, it's diverse thinking. Because I can't tell you what it's like in warehousing. Didn't I say that's where Jabari is?
Yep.
Right.
I don't know what they going through down there.
Right.
I don't know what trucking is like because I don't drive no truck like Courtney.
Right.
But I do know about this waste management, sanitation, because that's what I do. And somebody need to know what we doing because maybe I could start putting it
now
out.
we need to have a chance to know
Thank
what you know.
That's
Yes,
all
sir.
we doing, man.
And it's sharing. And
Now-
all it is sharing.
I mean, I just tried to make that really, really bland, but you can apply that. It's applicable in every situation.
This is the same thing that happened with the Black Lives Matter movement. Not the statement, not the phrase, not the sentiment, the movement itself. People saw that and they were like, oh man, anytime I see that, it means this. It means this organization.
Right.
And I would get into arguments with people all the time and I say, no. I'm a Black Life Mattering. I mattered before there was an organization. I will matter after that organization is no longer a thing.
Yep.
And if I need to just, I would sometimes just rephrase. I said, my Black Life matters. Do you feel better now? How about that? How about
Give 'em what they
Black
want.
lives still matter? Black lives are mattering.
Right.
Mattering of Black lives.
Sure.
I would do that, and then people would still try to find a way to draw ire with it. And I said, no, we're just trying to make sure that there's a check and a balance in place. And so with DEI.
DEI.
I was going to say DIE. Wrong thing.
Yeah.
DEI.
Yeah. You telling people to die?
Those bad people need DIE. Now,
That's how you
what I was
really.
trying to say.
That's called a Freudian
I was going
slip.
to say, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
That's a
Yes,
Freudian
sir.
slip there. But no, man, with DIE.
That's all right.
DEI,
See, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not going to do that anymore.
You want the negative energy to
With
die.
DEI.
That's all you. That's what you're saying.
With DEI, it's a checks and balance situation. And I
Sure.
believe that all that was doing, it was making sure that people, it was no different than when we say, hey, when you're doing a hiring process, you need to include a minority applicant.
Yeah.
People would get mad about this and say, well, man, you're that's unfair. And it says, no, it's unfair the fact that we have to make you do that. That was the unfair part.
Right.
But we're doing that to make sure that you understand that this is a mindset that you need to adopt. And we're not telling you that, oh, we need to brainwash you into this. We're telling you that the playing field was unleveled for a long time. What we're doing is we're slowly going about trying to level it. And right now we're making it where it's something that you have to do. But at some point, this will become second nature for you. And this is humility.
Yeah.
Humility isn't second nature for a lot of people, unfortunately. So what we're doing is we're trying to make that become second nature for people.
You do know that at some point there were no black quarterbacks in the NFL
Or coaches.
Well, and why is that?
Right.
It's because we didn't want to diversify.
Right.
And now
You have to interview 'em.
we got rookies out here that run the ball, turn your team around. You ain't had a win since 2005.
Right.
You're now sitting on 12 wins.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't have happened if that young brother back in the day, the first brother that got the opportunity. So
Right. Doug Williams, right?
He was just he was the most accomplished. He's the first
right.
one to win the
Who's
Super
the
Bowl.
first?
Oh, there's some random
Definitely.
names
Okay,
here and
no
there.
worries, no worries.
But yeah, Tony Dungy used to be a quarterback.
Well, we're close to this one right now. Look at the coaches in the NCAA.
Yep.
We have the chance to see the first African American football. We'll say of African American descent because
Yes.
he's Asian and African American.
Oh, is he? Okay. I didn't know.
I think so. I'm not. Don't quote me on
No,
it.
no, no.
But I think he is.
Now we gonna go with it.
I was like,
He black a
Our Blazers, hey, our Blazers are kicking butt right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Blazers are killing it, but we have that, and that's I think even rarer as far as the black head coach.
Yeah.
You want to know more rare than that? The black owner,
Oh, see there.
the
Yeah.
black GM,
Please find me one
the
of them.
black president of operations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there are so many things that we're still lacking on. And people get mad when we say, hey, we think that we should have a chance to have a seat at the table. Now, we're making it where it's mandatory that you have to interview somebody. And people go, oh, man, that sucks. You making us have to interview. Yeah, because if not, you wouldn't even give us a chance to get in the door. Yeah. And people get mad that we're saying we just want a chance.
That's it.
We just want a chance. We ain't saying you got to hire us. We ain't saying you have to. Now, you may feel like there's pressure. There's mountain pressure for us to hire a minority or do something different. Jerry Jones. You know I couldn't leave my Cowboys out of this. But I think the idea that you have to give it a thought, that you have to actually give it a thought, I think there's nothing wrong with that.
Nah,
And so that's
all
where
good.
we're messing up when we're getting rid of that department.
We're heading to a place. Are you guys familiar with the word oligarchy? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a problem with? Let me just give you an example. Rule by the few, where power is concentrated in the hands of a select few individuals or families. Limited participation, Ordinary citizens have little or no influence on political decisions
or chance.
Focus on self-interest. The ruling group often prioritizes their own wealth, power, and social status. If y'all ain't paying attention, and I guess we getting political today.
Go for it.
Anyone that voted for Trump, what I want to know is, did you see this coming?
Yeah.
Do you think, if you voted for Trump, I want to know, do you think it's okay that Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, and Trump are all hanging buddies?
Yeah, I saw this before Trump started.
That is oligarchy.
That's what
that is the very definition.
Right.
But if you all right with that and you voted for him, I want to hear from you. 512-836-2887. Tell me what you sitting on. I want to know how you benefit from this.
Right.
Because this is where we at.
Right.
That is the very definition of oligarchy.
Yeah.
And we in it.
Yeah. When you think about the biggest, one of some of the biggest companies in the world, some companies that we like, Amazon has almost become like second nature. Right. It's same thing with Musk with Teslas.
Yeah.
Same thing with who else am I thinking of?
Oracle.
Well, we mentioned Zuckerberg. So
Zuckerberg. Yeah.
when you go to
Zuckerberg.
social media,
Yeah.
you're
Facebook's
still
a big one.
It's a ruler.
All of those
It is
people
a
know each
ruler.
other. All of those people know each other.
It's so funny that's why we don't want TikTok, but we riding with our boy at Meta.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Everybody's a
pushing
friend
them
or
out.
a colleague. All
Right.
of those people have either worked together or they know each other in some form or capacity.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I think that's why Zuckerberg came over to Trump. I think that's to the benefit of Elon, and I think that's another benefit of Bezos. I mean, just
Exactly.
think about how he can hook them up,
Right.
and how they can hook him up with and have hooked him up with dollars for his campaign.
Sure.
But you know,
Before we go to break, I think I'm not sure if you were here, Courtney, when we got this call. I think Dap may remember. We got a call from a guy who said that he believes that TikTok is being challenged here because not necessarily because the information can be sold, but because of the fact that it's helped people make so much money, like stupid money.
I was here for that.
Yeah,
call.
I think you were.
You're right.
Yeah, stupid money.
He's right.
yeah.
He's right. TikTok is not here just taking up and gathering information. That's very easy to do these
How much
days.
time? How much time we got before we go to break?
A minute and a half.
Let me spit this in
Spit
30
your
seconds.
game, son.
30 seconds. You know why I think TikTok's a problem? And I've said this last time when we had that very call. That part, you know what the other one is? If I want to get people's attention on an issue, about an issue, I don't have to boost my post. I do not have to pay to boost my post, to boost the visibility. I don't even have to really use hashtags anymore. Somehow that algorithm knows, hey, he's in Austin. He's talking about that there's a train that derailed next to his condo in East Austin. I make that video. I talk about how crazy it is that it's been 6 hours and I'm still not able to get out my front door because there's a train there. Guess who all saw that video? There's a chance that everybody that has TikTok in Austin, Texas, knows people in Austin, is fascinated with Austin, was just in Austin, is planning trips to go to Austin, has a brother named Austin, will somehow come across that video. And it gives us the chance to galvanize, to motivate, to radicalize, unfortunately, but fortunately. It gives us the chance to inform people in such a quick fashion. You can't do that on Facebook.
No.
I do events. And do you understand how many events that I do that I think people would actually benefit from that people will never see on Facebook until 2-3 days after the events happen?
Right, exactly.
That's why TikTok's a problem. The quickness that you can spread the word, that is what scares them, because I know that they don't want us to mobilize. That's the phrase, mobilize. They do not want us to be able to quickly mobilize and disseminate information. Forget this fact checking all of that.
Especially if it's not American control.
Well, if it's not American control,
If
but
the revolution was to start, we could use TikTok because China uses it and could help us with that. But if it was an American held, man, it'd be controlled.
We're gonna spit on Red Note when we come back, because
Okay,
I want to get y'all's opinion on that whole thing.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, you got to hip your.
I'm here, dude.
Your old dude over here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been doing research. I got some.
Well, let's go ahead and break it down for a minute because we do have a very special guest who is going to be talking with us this morning. Mr. Matt Ott with Sonic Guild has got some good stuff to talk to. He is got some information on how to build community and support the creation and performance of new music. He's part of Austin's music scene, and I believe we got him in here with us. Good morning, Matt Ott. How are you doing, sir?
I am great. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Got the coffee in the system, so we rolling, sir.
Matt, did you do any coffee yet, or how are we so sure you're awake?
I got it right here.
Okay, all right.
I do not think that I am sleep talking.
That's a good thing.
I think I got this.
All right, very good, very good. Well, tell us a little bit about your organization. Let's get some information on Sonic Guild.
So, Sonic Guild is an organization that's been around 11 years. We go up to 11, and this is our 11th annual Sonic Guild Ball. We are an organization that believes that our local music is art, true art, and that as art, it deserves the support of the community. To that end, we've got an organization that recognizes exceptional local music with performances, payments for those performances, grants, mentoring, and all the help we can give these Austin bands to help them break orbit and get out to the world, because they're in the city that the world does not get to hear, and we aim to change that.
Amen to that. How have you? I'm a longtime Austinite. I'm not sure how long you've been. How long have you lived in Austin? Let me ask you that.
Since 1978.
Yes, sir. Okay,
Oh,
you actually.
way
I
back.
think you actually beat me.
He's lived here longer than I have.
Matt went and saw Star Wars here in Austin.
Yeah.
I was born in '86. You
I missed-
technically lived here longer than I
missed
have.
Star Wars here. I missed Star Wars here. I saw Star Wars in New York,
Nice.
but I saw The Empire Strikes Back at the old Americana Theater on Hancock, man.
Nice.
Yo.
Wow.
What is that?
Amazing. That thing was so big. That screen was like as wide as Mount Bunnell. It was so amazing. Movie theaters in there.
Yeah.
And I love that it's a library now, but I miss those old school movie theaters, where it was just one theater,
Right.
It
Exactly.
wasn't a long hallway with 18 doors. It was one theater, and everyone who went in there was seeing the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of describes a little bit about what's going to be going on at the Long Center this weekend. It really is a communal celebration of our local music scene, where we are going to have as many people as possible fill Dell Hall, the big room down there. And we're going to have 11 acts perform, and we're going to hand out $150,000 in grants to 20 different bands.
Wow.
So it is going to be a singular night. It's going to be like a live mixtape. You're going to hear all kinds of different music that night, and you're going to hear 2 songs from each band. So it's quick.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, though, because I think one of the things, and I think this goes without saying, especially, is that the music scene in Austin has changed dramatically. I remember South by Southwest being on 6th Street, and now forget about it. Like it's spread all over the place. How would you say the scene has changed, in your opinion?
Oh man, it is.
Or is that another show?
Yeah. How long you got?
Yeah, right.
No, it is. It has changed in both tragic and magnificent ways. I think the biggest magnificent change is that there is the depth and breadth of talent in this town has never been bigger. We have more genres. We have more people playing than I think we ever have. The tragic part of it is that it is no easier to make your music. It is no easier to make money from your music. Back in the day, people could spend, bands could sell, CDs out of the trunk of their car for $10 in 1995 or whatever. That $10 is probably inflation adjusted, worth $25-$30 right now. I don't know exactly, but it's got to be close to that. Mm-hmm. And now you can't sell CDs anymore. No one's got a CD player, and vinyl's not going to replace it. Everyone used to have a CD player. Not everyone's got vinyl now, and There are great venues out there that have people buy tickets and pay cover, but there are a lot of places that expect musicians to play for free. And there's a musician, and I'm going to forget who said it, but they said that back in the 80s and 90s, Austin was where you would come back to make your money before you'd go out and lose it on the road.
Right.
And now that's flipped. The cost of living has gone up here. You got people spreading out to all the not only exurbs, but little towns, Lockhart and Elgin and stuff. I know so many musicians that live out there now because they can't afford to live here. That doesn't make anything easier. Y'all were just talking about traffic. Have y'all ever been on traffic down to airport where it runs into whatever to get down to Lockhart, man? That's soul killing.
Yeah,
Soul killing.
yeah, it is. Definitely.
So Sonic Guild is all about making sure that people step up and support this art, because it's what put Austin on the map. It's the live music capital of the world. We can debate all day long whether or not we are, and so on and so forth, but the truth of the matter is that name stuck, and it attracted a lot of attention to us. And I remember walking down 6th Street back in the day. That was kind of like the Sonic Guild Ball. Every single door you walk past would be a different kind of live music pouring out. And I'd go down there with, $20 in my pocket, and I'd pay cover, 4 or 5 different times.
Wow.
To get into those joints,
crazy.
man. Yep.
So the Sonic Guild Ball is going to be a culmination of different musicians. And now this is an annual thing for you guys?
It is. We have a season structure where, this year we had just over 40 events. We had 57 new bands play for us, about 15 bands that had received grants from us in the past. We put up a lot of music in front of people, and there was still bands that we couldn't get to. And we're honoring 20 of them on Saturday night with grants, and then the season starts all over again. So it is always a great time to join Sonic Guild. It is always a great time to step up and support this music. Or buy a ticket. You can support this music by just buying a ticket to the Sonic Guild Ball. Every little bit helps.
That's awesome.
That's a real life mixtape for sure. That's gonna be some great variety. This is Dapper D, and of course, this is the place I have to go next, Matt. The event description mentions Austin chic attire.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on what that means and how people can get creative with their outfits? What can we do? I'm sitting here right now. I got on a vest. I got on a tie. I got on a blazer.
I could see you.
But I'm wondering about others. So could you elaborate?
Well, I'll start with me. I will be in my tuxedo, but I will have a couple of wardrobe changes. I'm gonna be bringing might be bringing some gold foil paisley on my jacket out.
Nice.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Yo,
Matt's gonna stun on him.
Yeah,
Hold on, Matt.
Stun on big. That's what's up.
Matt, woo.
Yep. So come out, and you're gonna see evening gowns there. You're gonna see crazy, whatever. To me, Austin chic means feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
It means put something on that makes you feel good, that makes you feel fancy, that makes you feel like celebrating, because that's what this night is, and we should all feel good about ourselves, man. The world is not an easy place to live in right now at all. And I think things are about to get even more weird, man.
A little more challenging, yeah.
Yeah. And, I always say that we need to meet where the music is. That's where our humanity is. That's where political lines disappear. And if we can't get dressed up and go out and see a night of amazing music from 11 different bands, and have a good time and feel good, then I don't know, maybe get a little therapy or something,
I think you answered it, Matt, but I want to hone in on it for our listeners that have never they've never attended a charity event. And this is open to the public for the first time ever. So what are some of the reasons why listeners who might not typically attend the charity event, could you maybe tell them why they should consider going to the Sonic Guild Ball?
Please. Number one, I think it's going to make people feel good, because this is a night of music and relevance. It's a night that says this music matters to us. And so we're going to take intentional steps to honor this because if we don't honor the things that we love that make our lives better, they're just going to evaporate. They're just going to disappear. And if it's not local music, if it's theater, if it's literacy, if it's sports, if it's parks, if it's no matter what it is, if there's something you love, step up and support it. And this is a night that I aim to help people do exactly that. So that's the first reason people should attend. The second reason is it is not your normal charity event. Tickets are reasonably priced. I hope y'all will give some tickets away. I'm gonna give y'all the intel on that here in a minute.
Okay, cool. We can do that.
We will.
But there's not going to be any auctions. There's not going to be any, minimum donation, blah, blah, blah. We'll have a text to give thing going on if people feel so motivated, but there's no requirement to do so. We're a city of creators. There's an author named Jonik Petoskey who said that, the defining characteristic of Austin is that we are a city of creators and that we are at danger of becoming a city of consumers. And you don't have to play guitar. You don't have to play the drums. You don't have to sing to be a creator. Just showing up, you're helping create the scene. So that is a big deal. So that's the second reason you should come out and create the scene. The third reason, it might be redundant, but great music. We are going to have some incredible bands play. It's going to be like walking up and down the radio dial because you're going to hear so much different stuff.
Nice. I like that. Sounds good.
Yeah. You definitely did a great job there. I hope there aren't people that still need convincing, but I think there's something else maybe you could tell them, Matt. Could you talk about like what some of the impact has been for those that have received the funding? Past recipients like Wild Child, Black Pumas, how these grants are used and the impact.
Oh yeah, man, I was burying the lead. I thank you for that question, man. Yes, we've given grants to over 220 different bands now, over $6 million in payments and grants over the last 11 years to musicians and music businesses here in town. I was just talking to a wonderful musician the other day, a woman who has been traditionally a backup singer for other bands, and she decided to step out into the spotlight, started making music, got some recognition, got on our stage. We gave her a grant 2 years ago, I believe, and she went out and she has made an absolutely incredible album, and that woman is Courtney Santana.
Oh, wow.
She is going to drop that first single on in February, and the rest of the album is going to drop next fall, and she's going to be on that stage on Saturday night telling her story and telling about everything that she's done with this. Wild Child, you brought up, we gave them a bunch of opportunities. Kelsey Wilson, the lead singer of that, right around pandemic time, we were doing all sorts of crazy programming to just get people in front of music safely. And she said, Matt, Sonic Guild has single-handedly kept me musical. And I think about if Kelsey had not gone on to create Sir Woman, I mean, and that was she was being very flattering and very, very generous with that. And I like to think that Kelsey would make music no matter what. But the sad truth of the matter is that we live in the real world, and it can be both a beautiful and a really, really hard place. And some people do have to give up on their dreams. And I think Sonic Guild has let a lot of bands, even if they're not still bands, create music and create a legacy and leave something out for all of us that makes our lives better. I think about music from bands that we've supported in Sonic Guild. And even if that band's not still making music, or even if they are, I still listen to this. I've got so many playlists that are just incredible music, and so many moments that are just incredible. My life has been enriched by creating this thing because I've met so many people, musicians and music lovers that I never would have met, and that's what community is all about. And that's what you're going to feel Saturday night.
Hey, I have a question over. This is Simply Courtney. I am one of those creators that you kind of just mentioned that is in that struggle mode of trying to obviously forge a living, but also stay motivated. So if you had like a quick bit of advice for somebody that's trying to figure out a way to, I guess, keep going, even though maybe the money isn't coming the way it is, but you're still inspired or still encouraged, what would you have?
Yeah, that's the next show that we have to have.
The encouragement show.
Can he come back,
ball.
please? Can we just bring you back next week, please?
Matt Ott lifts everyone show.
Yeah.
Let's do a weekly segment. I love that.
I would love to hear that. Seriously.
In all honesty, I mean, Sonic Guild is a lot like my band. I'm not a musician, but underpaid if paid at all, and this is an act of passion. And I've got a day job in addition to Sonic Guild, and it's a wonderful day job. I absolutely love it, but it's hard to keep going sometimes. It's really hard to keep going sometimes. And my advice specifically and briefly is to, number one, find that motivation so that you can continue doing what you love from a place of love, because it's just a passion project, and do everything you can to keep out the slings and the arrows and the knives and the cuts and everything, so that love of what you do can stay true, so you can create for the sake of creation. That's the super pure answer right there. That's like the ideal world answer. The real world answer is, if you want your music to be heard out there, you got to hustle in equal amounts to the talent that you've got. You've got to get. I know
bars.
Bars.
I'm taking that, Matt. I'm taking that. I'm gonna take that. Take
you
that.
You got to do as hard as you're good.
Yeah,
you got to work
nice.
hard to be heard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You got to find every connection. You got to work social media. You got to work the streaming services, and the horrible thing about this is, I remember the early days of social media before they figured out how to just use it to manipulate us.
Speak on
those were fun days. We all were just hanging out, posting cat videos and having a good time.
Right.
It's working the algorithm and this and that. It's my fondest wish for any band that we support, for any band period, is that they write that song that opens the doors for them, and they can get those slots at a festival after 3:00. They can get some attraction. But number one, that's capturing lightning in a bottle. Number two, even when you write that song, there's no guarantee that the dominoes are going to fall past that.
Yep.
And there are so many incredible records, albums, EPs that have been written in this town that are the trees that have fallen in the forest with no one around to hear it, because we haven't been able to get them out there. And when there are 100,000 new songs going up on Spotify a day, it's not getting any easier. Now, all these things that I've said might sound discouraging, but remember that there are people listening, and you got to keep creating. And
I like the last part. You got to keep creating.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to stay with it. It's hard, especially with social media. With the way social media is, that's also become a big part of what we do, what has to be done. And then there's social media, from the point of view of someone like myself, who's past the social media, kind of thing, the TikTok age. And then there's those who have to use TikTok, you know what I mean? And we were actually just talking about that earlier, the use of TikTok and why it's being challenged, because of the fact that at some point it's helped out people like Courtney and people, Matt, that advance, and advance very well and do great financially. Real quick, let's speaking of, let's go there. Social media for Sonic Guild. How do we find you guys?
Yeah, you can find us on the web. It's sonicguild.org. We're on all the other ones too. But yeah, go to the website and you're going to find a link to tickets. You're going to find a link to the press release describing the things. And I don't know, how about 30 tickets? Can you all give away 30 tickets?
Ooh, I think so.
we can.
I think so. I think we can do that.
I
don't know if we can do it today, but yeah, we can definitely
Across
get it
all of our
done.
shows, we definitely can.
Yeah,
Next
get
person
it
that calls, we're giving you 30 tickets right now.
No, Matt wants to diversify.
It's just one person.
Man.
Yes, spread it
Yeah,
out.
it's just me coming in 30 different costumes.
Man.
No, Matt, if that's the case, you'll have one block. Literally just one block in Austin.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Just whoever lives on 24th Street. I give it to all my neighbors.
Exactly. Exactly. Give us the time once again for the ball.
The ball is Saturday, January 18th at the Long Center for the Performing Arts. Doors are at 5:30. The music begins at 7. We expect to wrap things up around 10, and then we're all going to have some drinks in the lobby. All going to hang out.
Sounds good to me. I like it.
Yep.
Like it. Matt Ott with Sonic Guild.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much for being a part of the show. We certainly appreciate it. And best of all the best to you and Sonic Guild. And keep on supporting musicians, man, because the reason Austin, part of the reason Austin is what it is because of the musicians, not only today, not only 10 years, 20 years, 30 years ago, but, folks like W.C. Clark and folks like that have passed on that helped create this thing. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate that. Please keep on doing that good work.
And likewise, KAZI is one of the few presets I ever have in my car. And,
nice.
I am so thankful for you and have been for so long. It was a real honor to be on the show today. Real honor.
It was
Thank
good to have you. Good to have you.
Enjoyed having you.
Yeah, come on back in. Come on, drop by the studio. Bring some coffee, and we'll chop it up.
I will. I wanted to make it in person so bad today, and I promise the next time I will. And there'll be more cool stuff to talk about. We've got Love Your Music Fest, which is a live free music festival Wednesday the 12th of March during the week of South by, and we're gonna try to bring there's the drop-in at the Long Center, which in full disclosure is where my day job is. I just started there a month ago.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Hey, congrats.
Thank you. Yeah. To be able to work in the arts while I support the arts is just man, that's like proof we're living in my simulation.
Yes,
I
sir.
like that.
Yeah.
So Matt just started a new job after the Thanksgiving break, and the problem is since he's a new guy, he had to work all the way through the holidays. They're like, hey, who's going to work all the way through? Let's use Matt. He's new.
I did. It's true. I didn't have any vacation time.
See? You see?
I had 2 float days.
Oh man, that ain't right.
Somebody's got to be there on Christmas. I nominate Matt.
Yeah.
We had the Nutcracker going on down there. That crew down there works so hard. They're incredible people, and it's an incredible place right in the heart of Austin. Anyway, I've taken enough of your time. I can't thank you all enough again for your support. I'm going to send that email back and let y'all know how to get those tickets and hope to see all y'all there too.
All right, sounds good. Well, stick around. We're going to do a social media pic with you, even though it's over the web.
Let's do it.
So hang around for that. So straighten out your hair, and like I got my hair straightened out, as you can see. There we go. All right. All right. Matt Ott with Sonic Guild. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you. Thanks for coming through.
Thanks, Matt.
Likewise. Thank you.
This is 88.7 FM KAZI. This is The Mornings, and yes, sir, the man, the myth, the legend. He ruled 2024, man.
What's his name?
USHER.
HERAYL.
Y'all spelled it too fast. I got lost.
You got lost.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
When you get lost, you usually ahead of us.
Would you let your girl go to an Usher concert by herself?
Hey. Real question.
He doing them raw dog.
Yeah, I know.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
Him
man.
and Chris Brown with
Chris Brown crazy
post concert.
Yes, they
pictures.
are.
Yeah.
Well, Usher's is during the concert.
I know.
Chris Brown's is after the concert. It ain't safe, dog.
Nah,
It
I
ain't safe.
had to reevaluate some things like that, and you got to be able to take it because you got to ask yourself if you went to the Sade joint and Sade came down and she started giving you that attention, would you take it?
You just can't record it. Like, no pictures afterward. Don't post the pictures. Yeah. You know what, honey? You enjoyed your time, right? Ain't no pictures, though, right? Ain't no videos, right? I ain't gonna like wake up and all my homies gonna be sharing this video of you getting picked up by this man that ain't me.
Are there any times, because you can't get away from it nowadays because everyone's got a camera, but are there any things that you guys would not want someone to video capture?
I got a few.
That you want it to be intimate. You want to just be in the moment and put your phones down.
You know
what is that for y'all?
I'm like that with funerals now.
Okay.
I didn't used to always
when
be like
when
that.
You're crying and
no, it's not
up?
about the crying part. It's the respect to the person that's in the not the person, but the body, I guess, because absent from the body, present with the Lord.
Amen.
I think that shouldn't be recorded. Now, I get it because there are people that can't be there, etc. But I think that's the one right now for me that I'm still not the most comfortable with. I get when people can't go. Like I had a very interesting situation where my dad wasn't able to physically be there, so we did have to live stream it for him. So I get that, but like going on people's like social media and seeing pictures of the actual, that's different.
Yeah,
that's something that's still not something I'm comfortable with. So that's probably, I think that's it.
Jabari?
I would definitely say that. I would say funerals. I was gonna say marriage proposals, but I think that's
I like that.
I think that's okay. If it's public.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, if it's a private thing, I probably wouldn't do it. Let's see. You know what? Here's what gets me is I've seen people put their kids that are crying on Facebook. That is not cool.
Yeah,
I was like,
that.
nah. I got you know a couple friends that do that. It's like, nah. You need to that's not for your kids. You don't want to put your kids on black. Well, she did this and no. I mean, I'm talking babies too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Nah. Now that no.
It's karaoke for me.
Really? How come karaoke?
Man, I'm vulnerable. Like we having fun. I'm doing something that's not in my wheelhouse. Look, there's a few things Dapper D does, but being Usher, being an R&B singer with a little choreography is not one of them.
Yeah.
So, nah, man, put the phone down.
You felt safe.
And be in the moment.
You felt safe.
Exactly.
And it was violating.
I'm giving myself to the performance.
I got you.
But if you can't put that phone down,
I'm done.
Ask me if I want to be recorded.
Song is over with.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you.
No.
10 out of 10 times,
No.
the answer be no. This for you right now, standing room only.
Watch it right now.
That's it.
I want to watch it later.
Capture it with your memories.
Close your eyes and just
That's
take it in.
That's where it's at for me.
I feel you.
Because that shouldn't be circulated. I know I'm not good. So now I gotta become a meme because of that.
It's a real feelings being spilled out right now.
Protect me.
You feel it?
Straight
Protect
out.
the brand.
It's real feelings right now.
I'm a man. I'm
That-
for
Oh
it.
God! All right.
There's very few times where Dapper say I'm not gonna do something.
Yeah, that ain't
So
it.
I'm gonna have to let him make it with
That's
this.
something
That ain't the
serious,
one
bro.
for me, bro.
What is it? Tuesday? We do our thing Tuesday, right?
Right.
Hey, listen, y'all. If y'all see him, do not record
If
that
y'all
man.
want me out there,
Yes, sir.
What do you do again? What's the art form you practice? Judo? What is it?
all the grappling art.
Listen, if y'all want to get grappled, try to record that man on Tuesday doing
Man.
karaoke. You
Oh,
will get
man.
grappled out of
Be
that
in the
business
moment.
signal.
Yeah, you will.
Oh my God! All
I'm
right.
not for your clicks.
Ooh, let 'em
My
know.
vulnerability.
Let them know. All right.
You're not for that click.
I mean, this,
click.
my
Let 'em know,
90s
big son.
R&B moves are not for you.
Y'all heard it here first. Do not record
Get
that
into
man.
the moment.
Nice.
So yeah, that's
Don't record that man and think the cameraman is safe. They say the cameraman always safe.
I'll Kanye West it.
Uh-oh.
Not you, not Kanye. Not Kanye. Yeah, because you know Kanye don't play that.
Man,
Phone at
if you try to record that man, you going to get one or two things. He going to say something crazy or he might take a swipe at it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you,
Yes,
you
sir.
pull it out, I might bend that corner and
Ooh, gone. No more phone.
Whoa.
That's what I'm talking about. The Jello.
I was checking y'all's
Ladies
age
and
right
gentlemen,
there. I'm
Jello
trying to see
has
if y'all
made
up
it to
on that.
Austin. There's been a Jello.
Wait. Old head.
Oh.
Do you know that song?
Oh, God.
I might
Oh, yeah,
swerve
they
in the
got it.
corner. Whoa. I might swerve in the corner. Whoa.
Nah,
Yeah, okay.
nah,
'cause
sorry.
Bring 'em up.
So
My bad.
You remember the Ball brothers out of California?
Okay.
Big baller brand.
Big
Baller brand.
Two made it to the league.
Yep.
Right.
One did not. While he was at UCLA,
UCLA.
he went into a store, got caught
China.
stealing a pair of sunglasses,
Yep.
and then his career was done
Downhill,
for
yeah.
after that.
Yes, so.
And so he came out with a song that's just blown up. And because of that, he has just been signed
Look at that.
to a record deal.
No way.
Based off of that. And so, you got to keep shooting, but basically, because he was done for, and now he's not. He's got that record deal, and he up right now.
Can I vote? Can I go ahead and vote LeVar Ball for Father of the Year 2025? Is it too early?
Man, LeVar already. He's so about that life for his kids.
Goat.
He said Jello's already the greatest of all time. The greatest rapper of all
man.
time.
Listen.
One song.
Oh my! He is the GOAT, man. He just, dog. He said, "Oh, what did he tell the team?" He said, "I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna do it great." Something like that.
So
man,
after that song went viral, Def Jam signed him.
Really?
So he is signed by Def Jam. This is according to USA Today. So
and he gonna be doing. I think he got Rolling Loud too, if I remember correctly. I think they got him a Rolling Loud performance too.
The deal is worth as much as $13 million.
No kidding.
$8 million guaranteed. It also give Ball full ownership of music and his own record label.
There we go. There we go.
That's that Money Love that you was talking about.
That's what
y'all.
I'm talking about. Yeah,
Salute.
exactly. Because that's the thing, man. You could sign a deal all day long, but if they own your publishing, if they own your masters, then you just a puppet. And I'm sure his father being who he is, he ain't gonna let him slip like that.
Bro.
No, that's not a bad deal.
And if those don't know,
bad deal.
Because y'all mentioned Rolling Loud. Let me break this down. We got some old heads, they don't know. What's Rolling Loud? Well, it's the world's largest hip hop festival. Out in Inglewood, always up to no good. I used to live in Inglewood. It's the largest hip hop festival. And he'll appear Saturday, March 15th.
All for one single, y'all. And I think it was a snippet. I don't even think it was the full song.
Yeah.
The snippet got the streets going crazy.
NBA players are playing it.
Wow.
When the end of an NFL game recently, it was playing in the locker room.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I put that Jello on. That's so cool.
Keep shooting, people. Keep
Nice,
shooting.
nice.
Yo, what our man this was say his name again, Matt, right? Matt talked about that very thing, is that you have to keep going. And so any creatives or people that are whatever it is, creative or not, I'll say creative because we're in Austin. If you are trying, man, keep trying. Because all he did was he literally said, "Hey, I'm gonna keep trying to do something." And here you go. He got himself off of one single, a record deal.
Yeah.
He got himself a big time performance. He got himself some notoriety. And for a person like me, it makes me keep going. Because little stuff like that. It's not saying that I have to get that one time. I can have a body of work and be great too. But man, that is dope.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We talking about dads, by the way, black dads, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to segue this one in real quick. My boy Deion Sanders. What are our thoughts on that? Is he allowed to say if his son can and can't go somewhere because his son's a grown man? Or
yes,
I think
because
so too.
Nobody was tripping when the Mannings did it.
Nobody
did it. Nobody did it when John Elway said it. John Elway said it.
This is why
nobody tripped in.
That's why Depp is my dude. I just want to hear it.
So you gotta do it.
Talk about Jabari. You have thoughts? I want to hear.
Package deal.
Yeah. I think so. It's going to be a hard conflict though, because if you're your own man, you passed 18 or let's past 21.
Okay.
At some point, you're going to be like, well, I'm a grown man. I know everything I'm doing. And honestly, your brain ain't really tight till you're about 30.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So at some point, I think that guidance is, and Deion's always going to do right by his kids.
He
There's
is.
no question about that.
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
my favorite part about this, and I'll shut up. My favorite part about both these guys, LeVar and Deion, is that they still, in my opinion, they give their kids a lot of grace, but they put their kids out there in the front. But they ain't necessarily living vicariously through them. And what people used to accuse parents that had superstar athlete kids, whatever, of doing is trying to live vicariously through them. Both of those dudes had their own businesses or had their own successes before their kids. And now their kids are just a part of their success, but they're part of their legacy. And you know what, man? Salute.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Salute the black dad. Yeah. Salute to LeVar Ball, Deion Sanders. I'm going to throw LeBron James in there, too, just because his son's playing in the NBA.
when
you have another one coming.
When you come for nepotism in every other place, then I'll be with you.
I like that answer.
Remember, there was Iron Eagle, the announcer for sports.
Okay.
Right.
His son is already being televised.
A lot of
Ain't nobody
them.
complain about that.
No.
It's
I mean,
true.
that I can name it.
Right.
They're out there.
Right.
Are we gonna get started on as soon as Trump got elected? He put his daughter.
Right.
in a very public
Oh, yeah,
position.
yeah. Oh, big-
Okay,
big
but
time.
nobody complaining about that nepotism. All right, well then I'm good then.
And can't none of those kids rap anyway.
I thank goodness they can't. They don't need to drop no bars. Only bars they need to drop is them candy bars.
New song by Baron Trump.
No.
I might swerve in that corner. Whoa, whoa.
Nah, I don't want none of his remixes. I don't want none of his mashups.
You don't want no.
I don't want no.
What were them shoes called?
I
They
mean,
had, what did they call them? Them shoes Donald Trump brought out.
The Trumps, I thought.
I thought it was called the January 6th. Hey, but no, that wasn't my joke, by the way. I stole that.
Guaranteed allowed you to try to stage a coup, but you ain't going to jail.
No,
34,
exactly.
right?
And I'll pardon you when I get reelected.
Whose number was 34? Shaquille O'Neal, Magic Johnson. Which one was it?
Yeah, Shaq was 34.
Shaq's
I'm gonna start calling
30.
Trump Shaquille O'Neal.
Ah,
You get out there,
little
think
Magic
Shaq
Johnson.
did that? Shaq
Trump.
Trump.
There we go. All right, time for us to get out of here, fellas. Man, it was a lot of fun today.
Yo,
lots of fun.
I enjoyed this one. Thank y'all, man.
Yeah,
Thank you, listeners, too, man. Because
Yeah.
I know y'all had a good time.
Yeah.
And if you didn't, do you need to swerve in that corner? Whoa, whoa. You need to swerve in that corner? Whoa, whoa.
because we can't reach you.
No, we can't. No, we can't. All right, thank y'all for joining us here on 88.7 FM.